Life of Shanice.
Chapter 1. The Day My Childhood Ended.
In a small American town lived a dark-skinned little girl named Shanice LaVita. Her neighborhood had rough sirens at night, gunshots in the distance, danger always close. Her family didn't have much, but Shanice's mother always made sure there was food on the table for their little family of 3. It was 2001. Shanice was only a child, walking home from school with her backpack bouncing against her shoulders. The late afternoon sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the cracked sidewalks. Then bang, the sharp crack of a gunshot tore through the air. Shanice froze in place, her heart pounding so loud she could hear it in her ears. Fear gripped her chest. She dropped to the ground and scrambled into a nearby bush, curling up as tightly as she could. Her tiny hands covered her ears while she shook, praying the danger would pass. 5 long minutes crawled by. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of her shallow breaths. Finally, Shanice pushed herself out of hiding and ran as fast as her legs would carry her. But when she reached her street, her body went cold. Flashing red and blue lights lit up the block. Police cars, ambulances, and investigators surrounded her house.
No,
she whispered, her voice trembling. Her small feet carried her forward in a frantic sprint. Panic shot through her veins, her mind racing with dark thoughts she didn't want to face.
What's going on?
She screamed as she pushed through the crowd.
What happened? Is everybody okay? Did something happen?
Shanice cried as she ran to her porch. There, she froze. Her father was lying on the ground in a pool of blood.
No. Father, please get up. Please, Father, don't leave me alone.
Shanice screamed. Her father coughed, blood spilling from his mouth. With weak eyes, he looked at his little girl.
My beautiful little girl.
As his eyes slowly closed, Shanice broke down, crying harder than ever before, her mind filled with fear. Was he really going to die? Was he going to leave her and her mother behind? The ambulance arrived and lifted her father onto a stretcher. Shanice's hands trembled, still covered in her father's blood. She and her mother climbed into the ambulance, sitting across from him.
Mother, please tell me Father's going to be all right.
Shanice begged. Her mother, trying to stay strong, whispered,
Sweetie, when I was making dinner, I heard the shots. When I looked outside, your father was already on the floor. I'm so sorry.
Shanice burst into tears, screaming,
It's all my fault. I should have rushed home. Why, God? Why?
Her mother grabbed her hands tightly.
It's okay, baby. Everything is going to be okay.
No, Mom, everything is not okay. I can't lose my dad.
Shanice cried, her tears falling fast down her cheeks. Her mother's heart ached seeing her daughter in so much pain. She kissed Shanice's forehead and whispered softly,
Thank God nothing happened to you, sweetie. Your dad is going to be all right. The Lord is with him.
After rushing to the hospital, Shanice and her mother burst into the emergency room. Doctors and nurses swarmed around her father, hooking up machines, fighting to keep him alive. Shanice paced back and forth, her little hands shaking, her eyes red with tears. The only thing she had ever truly cherished in life was her parents. The thought of losing one now threatened to shatter her childhood forever. Her mother sat in the corner, clutching her hands together in prayer.
Lord, please save my husband.
She whispered over and over, tears streaming down her face.
Mom.
Shanice's voice cracked as she turned to her.
What are we going to do? We can't lose Daddy.
Her mother quickly wiped her eyes and forced strength into her voice.
We won't.
She took a deep breath, her chest rising and falling heavily.
He won't leave us this early. Your father is a strong black man. He loves us too much to walk away from this world.
Shanice broke down, sweating and crying all at once. She threw her arms around her mother and held her as tightly as she could.
I love you, Mother.
She sobbed.
I'll never let anything bad happen to you.
Their tears mixed as they clung to each other. Then suddenly, the emergency room doors burst open. A doctor stepped out, his face unreadable. Shanice's heart stopped. The emergency room doors flew open, and a doctor stepped into the waiting area. The bright lights crowning his head like a halo that wasn't sure if it belonged there. He scanned the room once, found Shanice and her mother locked together on a plastic chair, and hurried over with a nurse at his side.
Mrs. LaVita?
He asked gently. Shanice's mother stood so fast the chair skidded backward.
Yes, I'm his wife.
I'm Dr. Patel.
He said.
Your husband's in surgery now. He arrived with a gunshot wound to the chest. We've stabilized him enough to operate, but it's critical. We're doing everything we can.
The words didn't feel like words. They felt like cold rain hitting Shanice's skin. She stood too, gripping the sleeve of her mother's coat.
He's going to live, right?
Her voice was small, the kind that gets swallowed by hospital ceilings. Dr. Patel's eyes softened.
We won't stop fighting for him.
The nurse handed over a clipboard with forms, pages that looked like a different language, while her mother signed, hand trembling just enough. To make the pen leave shaky trails, Shanice stared at the double doors he had come from. Beyond them, her father's life hung by threads she couldn't see. Minutes turned rubbery. They stretched and snapped, stretched and snapped. She paced the length of the waiting room, the tile clicking under her shoes, counting the beeps from a monitor at the front desk because it made her feel like time still worked. A TV in the corner muttered the evening news. A voice described
an incident on Cedar Street.
But the screen was full of other people's faces, strangers with their own emergencies. On a different night, she might have wondered about them. Tonight, all she felt was a tunnel opening and her father somewhere inside it, getting smaller. Her mother folded her hands tight and bowed her head.
Lord, please put your hand on him. Please guide the doctors.
The words whispered out, steady and strong, the way a person holds a door against the wind.
Mom,
Shanice breathed, her throat aching.
what are we going to do? We can't lose Daddy.
We won't lose him, baby girl,
her mother said. She looked up, eyes red but fierce. She sucked in a long breath.
He won't leave us this early. Your father is a strong black man. He's fought through worse than this. He loves us. He's coming back.
Shanice nodded, even though her heart didn't know how. Sweat gathered at her temples. She pressed her face into her mother's shoulder and whispered,
I love you, Mother. I won't let anything bad happen to you. I promise.
The promise felt too big for her arms, but she held it anyway. A vending machine buzzed. Somewhere, a newborn cried. The world kept moving, and that felt wrong. An older woman across the aisle slid a packet of tissues toward them. She had kind eyes and a floral blouse that didn't belong under hospital lights.
For you,
she murmured.
Thank you,
Shanice's mother said, taking one and pressing it to her cheeks. Shanice took another, mostly to have something to hold. The nurse at the desk called their name once to verify insurance, then stopped asking questions when she saw the look in Shanice's mother's eyes. People who can't breathe shouldn't be asked to swim, and the nurse seemed to know that. Shanice sank back into the chair beside her mother. Her knees bounced without her permission. To keep from falling apart, she chased a memory. Her father laughing on a Saturday morning, flour smudged on his cheek as he flipped pancakes that came out weird and perfect. He'd made her the first one, too big for her plate, and told her it was a champion's pancake. She had eaten it with both hands while he told silly stories, and her mother teased him about the mess. Another memory followed it, like a hand reaching for hers, training wheels skimming the sidewalk. Her father jogging beside her, one hand under the seat.
I got you.
He'd said, breathless and proud.
I got you.
She blinked hard.
Please, God.
She mouthed.
Please let him have me one more time.
The double doors opened again, but this time it wasn't Dr. Patel. A woman in a pantsuit and a detective's badge approached with a little notebook already open. She spoke softly, careful not to break anything invisible.
I'm Detective Marino,
she said.
I'm so sorry about your husband. Do you have a minute for a few questions? It'll help us find who did this.
Shanice's mother straightened, wiped her face, and nodded.
Yes.
Moreno sat on the edge of the chair across from them.
Was your husband expecting anyone today? Any problems with anyone on your block recently?
No,
her mother said. He came home from work, and we were getting dinner started. Then the shots. Her voice broke.
I looked outside, and he was already on the ground.
Moreno wrote quickly.
We have witnesses who say he stepped out toward the street when the first shot rang.
She looked up, pinning the words in her eyes.
One neighbor said he ran toward a boy who'd fallen on the sidewalk. It looks like your husband tried to shield him.
Shanice's breath hitched.
He saved that boy.
That's what it looks like.
The detective said.
We're still collecting statements.
She put the notebook away and softened.
I know you need to be here. We'll keep you updated.
Thank you.
Her mother whispered. When the detective walked away, Shanice folded in on herself, forehead touching her knees. It felt like the biggest thing her father had ever done, and also the most obvious, because of course he would run toward the danger if a child needed him. Of course he would. Time looped. A nurse brought water, they didn't drink. Janitor mopped the same square twice. Voices rose and fell on the other side of the double doors, a chorus she wasn't allowed to join. Every time those doors moved, her heart leaped into her throat and waited there, beating hard against it. At some point, Dr. Patel returned, mask hanging off one ear, cap tilted back. Shanice shot to her feet so fast the tissue fluttered to the floor.
We're still operating.
He said.
Your husband lost a lot of blood. We've controlled the internal bleeding, but he's unstable. He has a rare blood type O negative, which helps because we can use universal units, but supply is tight tonight.
He caught himself.
We're managing. I just wanted you to know we haven't stopped.
Can I see him?
Shanice blurted.
Not yet.
Dr. Patel said gently.
After surgery, if he's stable enough, we'll take him to the ICU. I'll come find you.
He squeezed her mother's shoulder, then disappeared again. To be continued.